Hey everybody, I hope that you are having a fantastic day. And today we're going to be talking about symptoms of finding your life purpose. Sounds a little strange, right? Symptoms. So let's get going and talking about it. Now, for those of you who are brand new to me, my name is Whitney McNeill. I'm a certified medium and spiritual mentor, and my passion, my purpose is to really help spiritual, ambitious souls claim and understand their intuitive and spiritual gifts, discover their life purpose as they do that, and then work with their spirit guides to move forward and create a heart-centered business with their life purpose to attract abundance, right? And so I wanted to talk a little bit about life purpose today because this is one of those topics where people feel like it's eluding me. Like, where is it? It's the life purpose. What exactly is that? So for those of you who've taken Intuition Abundance Academy with me, you know that we have a training module on it. So it might sound a little familiar to you, but if you've never heard about this, then stay tuned. Now, if you've been with me before, I still think there's going to be some things for you to kind of consider a little differently going on in your energy with what I'm going to be sharing here today. Also, I want to mention, if you want to know a little bit more about your life purpose archetype, you can get my free guide at messengerofspirit.com/life purpose. So if you're watching the replay, hello. And if you're here live, hi, good to see you. So our life purpose is really one of the reasons that we came in to incarnate, right? It's the main reason why we said, this is my purpose. This is what it is. Now, everyone's purpose can be expressed differently. It's similar to if you're familiar with astrology, right? You might be an Aries, I'm an Aries, but I'm going to express whatever in my chart differently, and you're going to express it differently too. So there might be some similar qualities, but the way that we live our life, the way that we interact, that we communicate, it's all going to be different. So understanding that, I think, is really important. But when you're finding your life purpose, I have questions sometimes that come up from my students. How do you find it? Do you just know? My answer is it's different for everyone. Some people come into their life purpose at an early age, but they don't necessarily know it's their purpose. They know that they're lit up by it. They know that it feels fun. They know that they'd love to do this as a career. So for me, I was interested in spirituality, metaphysics. I was interested in all those things at a very, very young age. And when I got older, I started to go to college, and I was like, does anybody major in paranormal investigation or paranormal metaphysical topics? So no, at the time, I didn't find any college that did, but I was really, really interested in it. So having an interest, whether it's a younger age or an older age, it doesn't have to be that you find it when you're young, but something that you really enjoy, something that interests you. It can be a topic. It can be an activity that you love doing. So for instance, some people love sports. Well, there's professional athletes. Maybe that's something that you love. You want to know all about it, or you just want to do more of it, or you want to learn more of it. Something that you feel super, super excited about. That's one way that you can express your purpose. Now, sometimes people kind of fall into their life purpose. And so when they fall into it, they're like, well, I didn't really get the bells and the whistles that this is my purpose. I'm just kind of doing it. And then they start to realize that if they go outside of what they're doing, they might start to feel resistance. Maybe they don't feel as happy. And so then they move back into it like, well, I was doing my life purpose the whole time. I just didn't really, I was like waiting for a billboard to tell me this is your life purpose. We don't always get those billboards. So life purpose is, what do you feel lit up by? Also, life purpose is usually pretty natural and easy. It, though, might feel uncomfortable because we're here to learn lessons. We're here to challenge ourselves. We're here to step into a certain lesson that we have. And so generally speaking, our life purpose is natural and easy, but it has elements of pushing us into a direction to learn. So perhaps your purpose, you're like, I love giving readings, for an example. but maybe you feel uncomfortable putting yourself out there more to advertise. That could be an example of the challenging element, but you know that you really, really love it. Maybe you're having trouble trusting the messages that you're getting, but you know that you would like to do this for other people. Well, then that's an example of this is part of your purpose, but you're also here to learn that lesson and challenge yourself to trust even more. So one of the things, happiness. When you're in your life purpose, you find happiness, you love it, you feel lit up doing it. Another thing is that you're not tired. You're not like drained doing it. Now, if you are doing your life purpose 12 hours a day, you're probably going to be tired. But what I'm saying is the activity of doing your purpose doesn't drain you. Now, let's say you are a professional athlete and you're out there and you're running. Well, yeah, at some point your body's going to be tired. But what I'm talking about is that tired and drained feeling of, ugh, I can't even do one more thing. I'm so exhausted from this. So if you're doing your life purpose for an hour and you're super like drained, that's not your life purpose. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, 3, it can still feel uncomfortable, and it can feel uncomfortable for different reasons. When I say uncomfortable, I mean it can feel uncomfortable because it's so natural. You're like, this is really natural, and I might not know all the steps from A to Z, but it feels pretty natural for me. Oh, wait a minute, that's uncomfortable. It shouldn't feel natural. It should feel like I have to work really hard to do this, or whatever you're telling yourself. No, it's actually natural, but you might feel uncomfortable that way. You also might feel uncomfortable because it's so easy. Sometimes we think it has to be so hard, when in fact, life purpose is generally pretty darn easy in itself. Now, some people say, well, I'm a stay-at-home mom. Is that my purpose? You might be someone that specializes in being a helper. And so if you're a helper, then caring for others is a great fit for your life purpose. So that's an example that might be it. If you're someone who is a creator and you have a creator archetype of your life purpose, then you might express that through painting or making new products or designing or painting the house even. You could paint a picture or paint a house. Who knows? It's just a way that you choose to express yourself. Maybe you want to be a chef, and that's the way that you create. Also, even though it might feel kind of uncomfortable, or maybe not, maybe you've gotten over some of those challenges, it can also feel familiar. Like, I've done this before. And you might think to yourself, I don't know like how I'm supposed to do it this lifetime because I haven't taken the training for it. But it feels like I've done this in a past life. It feels like I've done this somewhere. Did I dream it? Maybe it's just something I always wanted to do. So understanding it feels familiar, right? There's a familiarity there, but you might not necessarily have the training. So for an example, some people come in and they incarnate and they're like, I really want to give readings, or I really want to be a healer, or I really would like to teach XYZ topic. But I don't know how to be a teacher, and I haven't gone through the healing training yet, and I haven't gone through any classes to help me with giving readings, but I know I want to do this, and I don't know how, but I think I've done it before. That's an example of life purpose. The same with being a chef, with being an artist, whatever it is. It's just like a fascination, something that I want to do. And if you feel like, I don't ever know exactly like this one passion, I've never had a passion, then it could be that your life purpose looks a little differently. So it could be, let's say that you're passionate about an activism, right? You might be a humanitarian. Maybe you're passionate about politics. Could be that you're also a humanitarian and you're expressing it in a different way. Maybe you're like, nothing really is like lit me up, but I know I love being at home. I know I love to cook. I know I love to help my children. Whatever that is, understanding that that can be your life purpose too, if that's part of your archetype, which could be being a helper, which could be part of being a caregiver, which would be your life path as well. But regardless, life purpose is more about what feels good. And we don't really have to necessarily know how it's going to show up, because the way we choose to express it is what I call your life path. But your purpose is more at the heart of what's the core energy of what you want to do. I think the core energy of what everyone wants to do is to help people in some way. It just might look different for everyone. And so we're helping you to break it down into 7 different archetypes. So you might feel like, okay, well, yeah, I want to help people, but I want to help people through XYZ way. And so that's going to help narrow down more of the archetype that you have. So I'd love for you to grab that free guide at messengerspirit.com/life purpose, and you'll get an email. Make sure to check your spam if for some reason it goes into your junk, and make sure to move us into your primary email folder so you don't miss another email from us. But I hope this has been helpful for you today, and really looking more into who you are and the purpose that you have. All right, I'll talk to you soon.